Hello everyone, how's it going? Welcome to episode 00 of the Prepper Network podcast. My name's Lewis, the gentleman that somehow started the Prepper Network and the Radio Prepper Network after a silly idea got way out of hand.
Yeah, thanks, Lewis. This is Frank here for the Irish Survivors Group. Lewis dragged me into this Prepper Network. But to be fair, it's something pretty solid though. Isn't that right, Jim?
Absolutely, Frank. Jim here from Prepping Europe. Actually, I blame both of you. 1 minute we're chatting online, and apparently now we're gonna make a podcast.
Yep, you got a point there, mate. It did escalate pretty quickly, didn't it? But hey, that's the whole point of the show. Just normal people talking about real preparedness without all the doom and the gloom, just keeping it real.
Yeah, we'll chat about comms, first aid, skills, mindset, basically all the stuff that we really use.
And we'll have lots of fun along the way. But you'll learn something. I promise.
Right then, episode 00, guys. Who we are, what we're about, and why preparedness is a lot more normal than what people think. Let's get into it.
This thing is long in the making now, I would say. And we've been very excited to get to do this.
I would agree.
Yeah,
definitely. 100%. And I think it's also well needed. Well needed, I think.
100%. Right? I was going to say we're copying each other already. Yeah, we're 100% needed in this. We're all in the same kind of boat, but we're not. We're all in different boats in the same direction, but we need to come onto the one main life raft. We're sharing information from A, B, C, D, and we're all sharing the same information at different times. We're just trying to make it a little bit easier for people listening. So the whole goal of this podcast is to get information out to people and to get the word of prepping out into people's heads and mindsets. Would you agree?
100%.
Yes. And I'm very curious about getting feedback from our listeners and maybe discussing questions that are sent in to us.
Yeah. I'd be interested also just to find out how many, new people maybe even get into prepping listening to the podcast, because I think, prepping is very misconceived as something very doomsday-ish when, prepping, like even if you have a prepped car with, a spare tire and you are prepping for a breakdown or you're prepping for, a storm or whatever, doesn't have to be doomsday,
Yeah, and it seems like the term prepping means different things for different people. It's almost like there's as many definitions as there are people,
Exactly.
and I think it's very clear in the Prepping Europe group, because there's so many different people are prepping for so many different things, and when they say they are prepping, they often mean they mean so different things that sometimes it's I'm not gonna say hard to discuss and talk to each other. It's not, but people come from very different views of what prepping should be or what prepping is, and when one is a prepper.
Exactly. Yeah, it's very personal.
I think their impression of a prepper is probably watching the American Preppers 15, 20 years ago.
Wrapping
where
tinfoil on the head.
It ruined the whole jam. It ruined everything to do with prepping, because people climbing into holes and running around with guns and stuff. This is not what we do. We are here for... Prepping is such a huge range that people don't even realize what it is. I mean, you have floods in Italy last year, kill a lot of people. But do you know that the army, well, it's not going to get to you for the first couple of days? The idea is, can you be self-sufficient for that 72 hours? And 72 hours is a key figure and a key number with all governments around the world. 3 days, look after yourself. After that, we'll figure out how to get to you,
Yeah, no, definitely. There was even like in I think it was North Carolina, like it was well over a week that they still hadn't got to people in over a week, because it was the pathway to people was so it was difficult to get get to people, and get supplies to people. Um, that's what I'm hoping to get across to people with this podcast, like me personally as well, is that it's not all doom and gloom. It hasn't got to be doomsday and tinfoil hats and everything else, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know where I've left my one.
No, no, it can really be simple, and my philosophy is often that if you prep for the small things or the mundane things, you at the same time prep for the large things.
Exactly.
And to fix the large things, you need to prep for the small things. So, for instance, you might be working in the with the electrical distribution, then yeah, you need to prep so you can go to work and fix the electricity that has a blackout. Or maybe
Yeah,
you're a teacher, you have to go to school, so the students can go there and their parents can do their jobs and keep things running. So prepping is needed to get it going, to get the help in a week or 72 hours or whatever.
sure.
People need to have prepped for that to happen.
Yeah. No, I
Take
agree.
the
Definitely.
responsibility off the defence forces or the local government or local councils. Take that pressure off them. They really should be doing this anyway. But to get, say, a small village which is 10 miles from the nearest village or town, that small village is going to be isolated. And I'd say in a lot of countries, the likes of Scandinavia, Sweden, for example, they take that very serious. So they do have they I think they have a whole week per year
Yeah,
of intensive training for all locals. That is fantastic. I mean, that's just get the mindset into people's heads. The likes of the Irish government now and the English government, they don't bother with that at all. So I
No,
think
they don't.
they need to be
yeah,
pushed. They need to be pushed in that direction, and it's for everybody's sake, well-being,
Yeah,
everybody's well-being.
yeah.
yeah.
Actually, in Sweden, we've have a long had a long standing. You guys have seen the Swedish brochure, and I'm sure other people have seen it as well. But that's not the
In
first.
case of
I
emergency,
mean,
in
it's
case of
like
crisis.
version 10 or something, and it used to be in the phone book. So
Mm,
in
Oh,
the last pages, I think, in the phone book, you had
so
this in case of crisis, in case of war,
yeah.
um,
yeah, that's it.
and we also actually in I think 2019 it might have been the version of the brochure before this one, it really started to kick off that the government is pushing for prepping. First, it was the 72 hours, then it was turned into a week that you need to do this. And also, they have instated something called National Preparedness Week. And that is actually not for uh, the private citizens. It's actually for the government itself and for government agencies and communes and stuff like that. So they need to uh, they need to prepare, and they need so they focus. So they have it's National Preparedness Week. So the
Yeah,
government prepares. So
yeah,
I think we're heading in the correct direction, and recent years they also have been less scared of telling us I'm not going to say the truth, but why we can't think that someone's going to solve everything for us. People don't panic because of that. People feel more safe, I would say.
yeah. Well, I would say, back in the day, like what some people call prepping now was the normal back in the day, you know. I know my grandmother, we always used to keep the pantry stocked and used to grow extra food in the back garden and things like that. You know, I'm not saying everybody, but it was more the normal. It wasn't you weren't classed like crazy or paranoid. It was just normal, because or
what did they
keeping
do
candles
before
in.
electricity? That's another
Yeah,
question.
keeping candles in the house and stuff. My grandmother
Hmm.
used to keep candles in the house all the time in case of power cuts, and my granddad always had a torch by the door, with it was always charged. Those things were just common sense But
Yeah.
now, like, if you do that now, it's like, well, you're kind of crazy, man. This guy's paranoid.
No, now you're when you do that, you have stepped into becoming a prepper, and then you're one of us.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, that sort of thing in the back in the day was just normal.
Yeah. And I think you two would agree that this is our goal, that this should be normal.
It should be normal. Yeah, exactly. It should be normal. It should be
Yeah,
normal.
and
So
with these kind of
it's
programs, it could be.
yeah.
These programs, this kind of mindset should even be taught in primary schools, for example. The young
Exactly.
kids, it should be taught. It should be taught.
Exactly.
Even
Uh,
today on the TV, on the main news today, there was a young guy who it's a medical issue. He nearly drowned. The defibrillator wasn't working in the swimming pool because it was affected by whatever, but the call was brought out by government. We're going to bring it into all schools to teach emergency
yeah,
first aid. I thought that was a
Yeah,
brilliant
it
idea.
should
that's
be.
Why
great.
didn't they do this 20 years ago?
No.
You
Well,
know,
nowadays,
Uh,
when people see someone else in the street that's hurt or on the floor, they just get their phone out and start
they
recording.
walk
That's all they
by.
do.
you
That's
do
Yeah, yeah.
that's
you guys do you know when I had my first CPR course?
when.
No, go ahead.
I was 7 or 8 years old
Oh wow,
in school.
There you go. There you go. That's the
that's
difference
amazing.
between countries.
Yeah, that's amazing. But I think it's also about just this sort of thing. It's common sense. And why wouldn't you want to just be a bit more independent and you can rely on yourself rather than having to rely on someone else to come and save you. I know I would feel more comfortable relying on myself.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely. I
so
absolutely 100% agree with you.
I
Be
like the fact that I do it, as I was saying to Jim earlier, that we I love this doing what I do, and it has so many aspects to it. The medical first aid is just one small piece of it. Uh,
mm,
um, it's a form of it's a hobby, but nobody even realizes a hobby. So prepping a hobby, that should be a mainstream word out there. Like, oh, what are you into? Oh, I play basketball or football, or I prep. What's prepping? And I've had actually people ask me, what is prepping? I said, well,
yeah,
you have insurance or you have a spare tire in your car. It's compulsory in all countries to have a spare tire. Only
yeah.
now the new cars, they don't have spare tires anymore. They
No,
no,
have
you
the
have this
foam.
little
You
spray
little
foam
spray bottle,
thing.
yeah,
spray and you destroy the tire. Yeah.
Yeah, that the
So
tire changing guys hate.
insurance is compulsory, and that's a prep. Insurance is making sure if somebody hits
yeah,
you, that
exactly.
you're insured to cover him, and vice versa. So there's forms of prepping out there that have been around for years and years and years,
People don't even
but people
realize
don't
it.
even see that. Yeah, they don't
No,
even realize that that's exactly what it is. We just
Yeah.
extended it up. So I'm fairly okay in an accident, whatever. My family that are with me will be okay. My neighbors should be okay because they know what I do. And I have doctors and nurses and medics living very close to me. That kind of thing, I've got to know all my neighbors in that way. So I'm fairly confident in most of the prepping. I don't think I'm lacking in anything, but if I do, I go intensive into it, you
yeah,
know,
Yeah.
good.
which is a good thing
Yeah.
in this day
Yeah,
and age, in
Yeah,
this world
and
we're
I
living in.
think of it like a journey, you know. I'm on my prepping journey, and the journey will never end. It's like
it
there's
just
always something. Okay, so now I've come to this point. Now I feel like I need to know more. I need to do more in this area. It's
yeah.
it's and that's part of the hobby, I guess.
Yeah. And I guess also it
And
changes when you change house, when you change this, and whenever you move house, yeah, you have to start kind of like not start from zero, but you're like, okay, what's around me? What's my environment? What's this? And you have to adapt. So it doesn't stop, it just adapts to your different environments and everything else. Um, but yeah,
as I said, when I bought my house, I wasn't thinking about prepping back in them days. This is 25 years ago. But if I'd been buying a house now, as I said to you the other day, I'd be looking for a spot for my bunker. I just have to have it because it's a cool factor. It's a big boy's
Yeah.
toy. It's a place because that's when I'm for drinking my bunker. Come on, that's what I want. That's the cool factor
You
a
can
bunker,
because I
buy
have
bunker,
everything
Colin
else.
Firth's house.
a
Yes,
bunker slash
I
Have
safe.
you have you have you seen Colin Firth?
No.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes,
check out
yes,
Colin
yes.
first because he
Wow.
built the bunker.
Wait till he gets the DeLorean. It's going up and down,
Yeah,
and then it turns around and goes
yeah.
back down
Oh,
again.
Lewis, you
Yeah.
missed something.
Oh, no.
You not seen it, though? So you joking?
No, I don't think so.
Colin
I might have done.
Firth.
I'm not sure.
That guy
He won
has
Shed of the Year
the most
10 years
public
ago, and
secret
the shed happened
bunker
to be
ever.
attached to a bunker. Yeah. He
Yeah,
absolutely
it's
is brilliant.
amazing. He's done it. I think he's on the 4th year or something.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And he's
And
been digging it by hand.
he's not just building a bunker. He has that built. He plays drums and everything down there, and he puts sound outside
Do you know
to
what?
see can you hear it.
Do you know what? I think I did see that. I think I saw it in like some sort of like not news article, but I think on social media somewhere.
Yeah, I
Kind of
had
like
to.
popped
He's
up
got
something.
10 million
Yeah,
followers.
yeah.
But
I must have seen
Yeah.
it.
he's then
In
during
his
COVID, he said, I got to dig under my workshop because I think
it
I
was like,
parked my
wasn't it
car
like
over
in his
there.
back garden? Like in his back garden, he digged it
Yes.
up, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Soon it's
He is.
everywhere except under his house. Oh, it is under his house. I mean,
It is, and it
he's got
comes up to
away
his
from his pantry down. Yeah, I think it's
pantry.
really cool. You gotta watch it, Lewis.
I
You
have to have a
gotta,
look.
and his episodes are quite long, so you have some watching to do. Don't watch anything else
Oh,
until you've
the
watched that.
fantastic thing. You like it. His engineering and attention to detail is absolutely brilliant.
Yeah,
He makes
Insane.
everything himself. Absolutely
I think
flawless.
he has a very he has a mindset that I like because he isn't an engineer. He isn't, but he
Sure.
thinks, uh, can I do it? No. Can I learn to do it? Yes, probably. I'll try. And most of the time he does. And he's I think he became because of his YouTube channel, because of the educational value, he became an honorary doctor for some college.
Mm.
I don't know which one there in England.
Ah, fantastic. No, I'll have to give that a look. I'll have to give that a watch. But no, definitely. Yeah, I don't think the missus would appreciate me building a bunker in the back garden somewhere.
But as I was saying, I got off that one. As I was saying, that's what I'd look for now when I'm buying a house. If I ever have to buy the house, I'm looking for a bunker.
I think that'll be
A room
one step
for.
too far. I think I might be permanently
I
sleeping
would
in that
say
bunker.
she'd be fine with it because I have so much junk in
No,
my
you
house. I
just
need to
call
put it
it a
somewhere
cellar.
else.
Just
Yeah,
call it
cool.
a cellar.
Yes.
Yeah. If I rebrand it
Exactly.
as
Yeah.
if I rebrand it as a wine cellar, she might be interested.
Yeah.
With a big door that says you can't get in.
Oh,
So yeah,
fantastic.
definitely got to look in Colin first for sure.
Awesome.
There is a Swedish. He doesn't call himself prepper, but I guess homesteader. He has his own. He and a friend has their own podcast, and he sells. What's it called in English? Like earth cellar. You know, like the dugout where you put.
Yes, by the made in Poland. I've seen them. Yeah, the coolness of the ground keeps the fruit and vegetables
Ah,
Yeah,
fresh
exactly.
down there.
But
yes.
Underground
so he
cooler.
sells those, but they are like cast concrete, and they are actually they are not. You can't call them. Maybe you could call them a bunker, but you can't call them
root
like a
cell.
protective
Was it a root
shelter in
cell?
Sweden because that is
Mm,
its own thing. But its angles and such are made so that you won't have a straight radiation path inside and stuff like that.
sure.
He's an old army officer, and so it's kind of nuclear hardened, but it's more like uh, not for a direct hit or something like that,
No,
but it's meant to be more
it's better than
protected
nothing.
than just closing the doors and going to the middle room.
Yeah.
So it's really cool, and it's expensive, but it's not. It's like 10,000 euros or something like
Oh,
that.
that's not even that bad. Yeah, it's better than nothing, huh?
Yeah, something for Frank.
Yeah.
But he'll have to move
I
to
want
Sweden
it.
because I don't think they ship.
There's a plastic version. I'm trying to find out where do you send us a
A
link here.
plastic version.
That's not the
There is a
same.
plastic version. Yeah. Chat. Here we go. The link. I have the link here. Just there. If you want it. You can click on that link and you're right, and you should see it.
Ugh.
Very efficient here.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, that's it. That's plastic. Yeah, that is plastic. Yeah, that's cool. And
I'm not.
again,
I'm
the
not.
problem
I'm
I
not
have
sure
here
it'll have
is
the. I'm not sure it'll have the same effect, but you know.
I'm on bedrock here, so I can't get a digger into the back of my house. My wife would kill me. She's got a landscape garden, so that's out the window.
Oh well, never mind.
Yeah, gardening. We need to address gardening
Yeah,
in
homesteading. Right, homesteading. Like you mentioned, the
yeah,
homestead. That is a part that I feel homestead is interlinked with prepping. It is part
yeah,
and parcel of prepping. That's what I think. Yeah, yeah. And you can even do like I've seen a lot of people with like vertical gardens in apartments,
yeah,
and you look at the roof terrace, and it's like that's actually a garden. It's not that it comes to a
yeah.
point where it is just because it's got no soil. Actually, it's no like earth like in the ground. It's on a roof terrace, but that is a complete garden. It's got everything.
You're doing the right
Like
job, son.
it's not missing nothing, and it's all vertical and it's fantastic. Um, but
Yeah,
well.
perfect.
Well, I
Yeah,
think we're coming up to 20 minutes now, so I think for this first episode 00, I think that's a good point. But next time, what we're going to address? I think next time will be next episode. We'll be talking about for all the listeners, everyone listening, how we all come together, and we'll be asking me and Jim will be asking questions to our OG over there in Frank. How long have you had your group for, Frank?
We officially formed in 2012, so 13 years
Yeah,
ago now. 14 years
yeah.
yeah.
next time around. So, but I've been in and out of doing this since 1991, and I can nearly give the exact date when I started to learn.
Wow.
Uh, yeah, the survival part of it I was doing since I was a child. I built my own canoe when I was 14 years of age, and
Oh,
I
wow.
canoed 14 miles up a huge river with two plastic bags. One plastic bag had a tent, and the other plastic bag had a sleeping bag, a tin of beans, and a zip fire lighter. And I went up, and
Fantastic.
it rained, of course. Everything was soaked when I got there. I didn't care. I enjoyed it. My tent, I left it behind when I left because it was so wet. I canoed home, and my mother was happy to see me. She was petrified something was going to go wrong. But hey,
Oh,
sure, it survived. I'm
You had
thinking about it now. It was probably a stupid thing to do, like a young lad
well,
go off and do that.
quite
well,
So
often the most
that's
stupidest things to do are the most fun things to do. So
yeah,
100. Oh yeah, and I don't think I'd have the same mindset now as I did back then. Um, Which I was young and careless. So who cares?
well,
Go off and do it.
there we are. So
That's
if
common courtesy there.
anyone listening, if you want to hear about Frank's adventures on canoes with plastic bags and his adventures, make sure you're listening on our next episode
This
because
tent,
we'll be
plastic bag,
deep
tin of
diving into
beans.
a tin of beans.
Oh, and I had my Rambo knife.
oh,
Everybody had a Rambo knife with the fish inside it, the little magnet and all that shit.
oh, yeah, those. Oh,
Yeah. Crikey, I saw
those
one
Fantastic.
were
only
a
lately,
thing.
and it
Yeah.
was in a garden. Somebody found it just bent over. They must have made bits of it. But yeah, I haven't actually seen a proper one. So yeah, black Rambo knife. I remember them. They were great. So anyway,
Fantastic.
that's us.
Yeah, that's us. All right, guys.
Yeah.
Well, make sure you tune in to next episode.